Well. The extremely obvious thing that's happening now, the extremely obvious consequences of the tariffs are happening. I never would have thought such a thing could be possible. Now we have, not only was it Procter and Gamble and the car companies are saying that they were going to raise prices because of the tariffs, but now we have Adidas, Walmart, Home Depot, and other major brands saying that Trump's tariffs are pushing them to raise prices. Yikes! Looks like the big box office brands and stores are deciding, okay, we can't take the fucking tariffs on the chin anymore, bro. Like, bro, we can't do it anymore. I mean, if they start to raise prices right around fucking Christmas time, that's going to be a disaster politically for the Trump administration. What we got here? Prices are expected to go up this year as many companies signal plans to raise them in response to President Trump's slew of tariffs. While firms raised prices for many reasons, some were blaming price hikes on tariffs long before Trump's so-called Liberation Day on April 2nd. That's when he announced a 10% baseline tariff on imports from most countries except Canada and Mexico, and most of reciprocal tariffs on top of that. Which he basically, I don't know, for lack of a better term, just open up ChatGPT, just like, okay, I have this formula, this is the formula I'm going to use. Okay, that's the tariff rate, and it's just like that's not how you're supposed to use that formula. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, well, I don't care. And it's just like, okay, cool. And well, when that huge, steep, precipitous dip within the the fucking goddamn stock market happened, it was because of these. It was because of Liberation Day. It was so stupid. And quick reminder, another reason why a lot of companies were willing to take the tariffs on the chin initially is because they were initially anticipating a bunch of tariffs to be coming in. And now, you want to know what's happened instead? And they had, they imported a bunch of stuff in. You want to know what's now happening? There's now a new sort of like renewal to import a bunch of products into the United States by all these exact same companies. All these companies have started importing in a lot of stuff now. Their reserves within their warehouses have now worn out, or not worn out, run out. Yeah, so now we're actually going to see the real fucking consequences of the tariffs begin to fucking play out in terms of prices. Very, very, very cool. Situation is fluid as various countries continue to negotiate potential trade deals with the United States. Some economists have said that Trump's tariffs and the uncertainty with his overall trade policy could lead companies to raise prices on the goods they produce. Like, duh, dude. Duh? I don't know. What else do you say besides duh? Like, of course that's gonna fucking happen. This was inevitable. Here are the companies that have implemented or warned of price increases in recent months. Adidas. Adidas says it will raise its prices in the US because of double-digit million euro hit from tariffs in the second quarter and a further predicted 200 million euro, about $218 million cost from levies in the second half of the year. Vietnam, which accounted for 27% of the German retail's total volume in 2024, will face a 20% tariff on August 1st. And then Indonesia made 19% of Adidas products and will face a 19% tariff because a lot of those products, they get manufactured in the fucking sweatshops and then they go into the United States. AutoZone, Philippe Daniel, the CEO of the auto parts company AutoZone, told analysts on a September's earnings call that tariff policies had ebbed and flowed over the years, and if Trump implemented more tariffs, we will pass those tariff costs onto the consumer. Oh, the inevitable thing is now happening, where the companies, to try to make up for lost profits, are going to pass it on to the consumers. This was always going to fucking happen. This was inevitable. I don't know. Fell for it again award, as always. Very, very cool. Also, this is in one of the sort of like, well, the industries that Trump wants to incentivize more construction within the United States, that being car manufacturing. This is an auto parts fucking company. A 25% tariff on car imports is expected to increase manufacturing costs by anywhere from $4,000 to $12,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of fucking money. Best Buy CEO Corey Barry said during the company's March earnings call that Trump's tariff plans are likely to increase prices. Dog, Who is ready for more expensive cards? Like, but you're in Canada, we still get affected by the U.S. tariffs. I'm going to tell you right now, I went grocery shopping today, bought some fucking food, and prices of my average groceries, I just buy some vegetables and some dip. A thing of like cucumbers would normally cost it about $2, $3.49. $3.49. It went up about 75%. Now, we can also talk about companies potentially also engaging in greedflation. That is also a thing that is very, very plausible. Very, very, very possible to also focus on, take a look at. The problem with that is this is the exact same shit that also happened during the sort of global inflation crisis. A lot of companies decided to raise their prices on their goods in order to basically say, like, oh, well, it's all because of inflation. Inflation's what's causing it. It's basically a fucking excuse. It's complete fucking bullshit. It's nonsense. Doesn't your Nintendo come in through Japan, or does it go through the US? That's a good question. I'm not sure. I would assume that it probably comes in through us and it doesn't go through the fucking US. But honestly, I'm not 100% certain how the supply chains for like Nintendo work in particular. I'm not 100% certain. I'd have to look that up. So we got camera makers, Nikon, Canon, and Leica. Several big suppliers of photography equipment have announced their own price hikes. Kanagara brand CEO Sean Connolly told Reuters on April 3rd that the food company may have to hike prices to offset the cost of tariffs on ingredients like cocoa, olive oil, palm oil, a type of steel used for its canned products. Connolly said that Kanagara, which makes products such as Hunt's ketchup, imports tin plate steel for its canned foods and tomatoes from Mexico. Too early to tell how big the price hikes on the food company's products would be, he said. Columbia Sportswear. Tim Boyle, the CEO of Columbia Sportswear, told analysts on an October earnings call that the company was very concerned about the imposition of tariffs. He said that while he considered Columbia adept at managing tariffs, trade wars are not good and not easy to win. And in October, the company is being set to raise its fucking prices. Very, very fucking cool. We can just keep going, right? We got Macy's, which is I believe it's a clothing brand within the United States of America, right? Q1 earnings report on May 28th. Macy's announced it was reducing its earnings outlook for the year because of several factors, including higher tariffs and consumers moderating their discretionary spending. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of businesses are firing and laying off people, so they're not able to make as much money, thus causing the economy to slow down. But listen, the stock market's gone up, which means the economy's doing good. That's how it works, right, folks? That's how it works, so long as the stock market's going up. It's a completely just out of touch sort of way of looking the economy, right? Basically putting full stock into everything that the stock market produces is probably one of the main problems that plagues the fucking goddamn Republicans. It's not all about the fucking stock market, stupid. If you want the stock market to be even halfway fucking successful, it is about cycling of money. That's how capitalist economies fundamentally fucking work. But do dipshits like fucking Trump understand that? No. We got Ferrari, Ford, hey, car makers, Ford, American fucking car maker over here, they're set to put their prices up. I believe they've lost about $1 billion in terms of fucking profit in this year alone because of the fucking tariffs. Ford raised its prices in May on some models produced in Mexico, Reuters reported. Bloomberg also reported the automaker planned to raise prices on new gas and electric cars starting in May unless Trump gives the industry some relief from tariffs. Ford, in a memo to dealers viewed by Bloomberg, said that the company anticipates the need to make vehicle pricing adjustments in the future, which is expected with May production. Prices won't change for vehicles in inventory now. Well, get your cars before they start going up in fucking price. Hey, guys, it turns out if you just do tariffs on every single auto part that has to be imported in the United States, because the current factories and manufactories are not in place right now and not built right now to be able to make the fucking parts within the United States, and besides, you don't even have the ability to get the fucking raw materials, which should tell you pretty much everything about just how stupid and haphazard this whole situation basically has been. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, listen, building a factory is kind of difficult, okay? There's a lot of rules and regulations you need to follow in order to be able to build a fucking factory. Like, it's not as simple as in Factorial, where you take a building and you plop it down. There you go, you make the fucking factory. It's like, no, that's not how that fucking works, okay? It's actually a lot more fucking complicated than that. I remember there was like, what, Howard Nutlick was like talking about how there's going to be a jobs wave boom within like 2026, like already fucking huffing that copium. What, Howard Nutlick, jobs boom in 2026? Like, there's going to be a huge jobs boom because of all this. Job report will get more accurate. Oh, I'm fucking certain, dude. Jobs report will get more likely accurate. Lutnick predicts before BLS reveals sluggish August hiring. It's really, really fucking great. Like, guys, it turns out if we just give our stooge president the exact things that he fucking wants, like, oh yeah, dude, he's gonna like these numbers, which means he's gonna give me a little pat on the head because I'm giving him the fucking numbers that he wants. It's so fucking stupid. I think they'll get better, Lutnick told NBC Squawk Box after he was asked, people should believe the BLS's numbers will be accurate. That's because you'll take out the people who are just trying to create noise against the president. Oh, I'm sure. Holdovers from the Biden administration were rooting against America and against Donald Trump, and that's got to end. Guys, we have to put in all of our fucking stooges to tell the good boy fucking president what he wants to fucking hear, so then he doesn't have a little baby rage moment. And that's totally going to work, guys. It's complete fucking nonsense. Hermes. I have no idea. What the fuck is Hermes? Luxury retail known for its iconic Birkin handbags. Which, let me guess, these are made probably in, like, Vietnam. More than likely, if I were to take a guess. Or somewhere in fucking China. We got Home Depot. Home Depot, by the way, if they get a lot of fucking timber and a lot of fucking wood for their fucking shelves, you want to know where that's coming from? Canada, where you guys have a 35% tariff on. A lot of your lumber comes from us in Canada. Home Depot said during its August earnings call that tariffs will start affecting some price tags in the coming months. There will be some modest price movement in some categories, but it won't be broad-based, said Willem Bastek, the home improvement chain's executive vice president of merchandising. Yeah, good luck building more houses. Besides like building more fucking houses with the equipment getting more expensive to buy it, not to mention all the people that are getting constantly detained and fucking deported as well, boy meets Minnie. Let's not forget about that. The deportations are still going on, right? The stupid little Eich Gestapo fucking freaks going around and just, I don't know, apprehending literally anyone with fucking brown skin. Complete utter fucking nonsense. Majority of Home Depot's products are sourced within the U.S., which means they aren't subject to tariffs, Basik said. However, regarding some of the company's imported items, he said tariff rates are significantly higher today than they were when we spoke in May, referring to the company's previous earning call. Nike. We got Nike is planning to raise prices to offset an expected $1 billion additional tariff costs in the 2026 fiscal year, the company told investors in a June 26th earnings call. Nintendo. Hi, Nintendo. While Nintendo's Switch 2 console hasn't seen a price hike due to the tariffs. Maybe I should buy a fucking goddamn Switch 2 right now, honestly. The company has raised the price of some earlier Switch models and accessories based on market conditions. Other price adjustments may be necessary in the future, the company said in August. The example that I consistently talk about. Procter & Gamble makes a lot of fucking cleaning goods. Very, very common. That are commonly used in everyday sort of, activities, such as, like, cleaning your house, doing your fucking laundry, cleaning your fucking dishes. That's all Procter & Gamble. P&G, the consumer goods company behind brands like Tide and Charmin. Oh, also toilet paper. That's true. They also make toilet paper. Is looking at raising prices on new and existing products. CEO John Moeller told CNBC in April that price hikes were likely. We will have to pull every lever we have in our arsenal to mitigate the impact of tariffs within our cost structure, NPL. P&G's CFO, Andre Schulten, said on a call with reporters. The company is evaluating exactly what is the right plan by brand, by market, what combination of pricing, over what period of time, Schulten said. Hello, Xi'an and Temu. Hey, your fucking Chinese slop fucking products that are really quick and easy to get. Well, tariffs. Gonna go up in tariffs. Everyday fucking goods going up in tariffs. We all know about the fucking de minimis exception being revoked by the Trump administration, which is meant to highly affect shit like Xi'an and Temu in particular, in order to try to, again, incentivize domestic manufacturing of what, I don't know, textiles within America. It's so fucking stupid. The two Chinese retailers released almost identical notices on April 16th, both reading due to recent changes in global trade rules and tariffs. Our operating expenses have gone up to keep offering the products you love without compromising on quality. We will be making price adjustments starting April 25th, 2025, Xi'an's statement said. Xi'an, a fast fashion retail, and Temu, a marketplace for everything from home goods to electronics, promised their U.S. customers 8 final days of low-price shopping. In addition to hiking the tariffs on imports from China, Trump also cracked down on the de minimis trade loophole that allowed small parcels under $800 to enter the U.S. tax-free. Xi'an and Temu are large beneficiaries of this loophole. Again, like, I don't have a problem with, like, crackdowns on fucking loopholes like this. The problem then fundamentally becomes a lot of that fucking pricing is going to be offset on the fucking consumers, right? Like, it is a good thing overall that I think the de minimis exception was cracked down on and people are being forced to have to pay tariffs. The problem is that, you know what the company's going to do? They're going to offset that shit on the fucking consumer, because labor protections are so, and consumer protections within the United States are so ridiculously fucking weak that it's obvious that that's exactly what the fucking companies are going to do every single time. So, I mean, hey, you want to get your fucking Labubus or whatever the fuck? You want to get your fucking microwave or something from Temu? Be prepared to pay like an additional $80 on all of that shit. It's fucking crazy. Stanley Black and Decker. Don Allen, the CEO of the manufacturing company Stanley Black and Decker, said on a February earnings call, our approach to any tariff scenario will be to offset the impacts with a mix of supply chain and pricing actions, which might lag the formalization of tariffs by 2 to 3 months. And here's a big one. Target, which is very, very often used as, a lot of where poor people go to buy their average everyday fucking goods. Their groceries, their cleaning supplies, electronics, even fucking furniture. All those prices are going to go up. This is where a lot of average consumers go to fucking shop in order to get, basic goods for fucking survival. 5 kilograms of basmati rice from South Asia is now $25 plus a bag. It was $17 earlier. That's an increase of about 50 fucking percent. Very, very cool. We got Volkswagen. Hey, Trump again. More car stuff. You want to incentivize people to manufacture Volkswagens within the United States? Doing just random slapstick fucking tariffs. I mean, we can just keep going, right? Like, here's probably the big fucking kahuna. Fucking Walmart. You want to talk about where average Americans go to shop every fucking day for everyday fucking goods? Walmart. Again, Walmart's whole thing is to basically have prices as low as possible to price out their fucking competition and force them out in order to further monopolize an area around themselves. Guys, it's almost as if unchecked, unfettered, laissez-faire capitalism may have some fucking consequences. It may have a couple of issues, you know? Even Adam Smith fucking talked about that stuff, saying like, yeah, no, laissez-faire shit, kind of fucking bad. Not very, very good. But on May 15th, Walmart executives said price increases were likely to spike even higher, blaming Trump's ongoing trade war. Even at the reduced levels, the higher tariffs will result in higher prices, CEO Doug McMillon said during the company's first quarter earnings call. U.S. sales were boosted by shoppers looking to beat tariff-related price hikes, but despite strong first quarter results, Walmart's chief financial officer, David Rainey, said the extra costs are too great for the company to take on without passing part of the burden on to consumers. The thing that Trump constantly has been selling to the fucking goddamn companies to not do, they were going to do inevitably. This was always going to fucking happen. And like you're saying, Boy Meets Mini, also these tariffs won't bring back small business retail. Small business is already being strained. You want to talk about the people who are going to get wiped out by the tariffs in particular? Small fucking businesses. They don't have fucking warehouses to be able to store a bunch of fucking bullshit. So they're the ones who are going to actually feel the real fucking strain. They're the ones who are going to fucking feel it the most. Because they don't have the most inventory. They don't have the most money in order to be able to constantly frivolously spend on taking the tariffs in the chin in comparison to the other fucking larger conglomerates and corporations. And even them, they're not going to want to fucking take it on the chin for as long as possible either. Eventually, they too are just going to be like, alright, I mean, it's been long enough. We've given this, like, utter buffoon all the time he fucking needed. He's not doing shit about it, so, I don't know. Fuck it. Who the fuck cares about this bullshit? We're going to start raising prices on consumers because, again, consumer protections in terms of the economy are basically non-existent. And that's a big fucking problem. But does Trump know about any of that stuff? Of course not. He's a belligerent, bumbling buffoon who, I don't know, seemingly is just incapable of, like, coherent thought most of the time. Because most of the time, his fucking brain is leaking out of his fucking ears, for God's sake. So, as expected, we're now starting to really see, and as I've been saying for the past 5 months, the real fucking consequences of the fucking tariffs. This is it. The inevitable thing that was inevitably going to happen is starting to fucking happen. Price hikes. Increases in terms of the prices of fucking goods. Why? Because of a stupid, petty, idiotic, narcissistic dipshit who's currently in power who does not understand how the fucking economy works. I don't think there's really much else to say besides, guys, maybe you shouldn't have trusted the dude who has basically bankrupted 6 fucking businesses, including a casino, to running the world's most powerful and largest fucking economy. Just some fucking food for thought there.